Hey, everybody. Hey, Keith, Chad, Steve, Carson. How's everybody doing? Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Chris Mahana Kwanzaa. Oh, we just got coffee today, by the way. Compliments of today's sponsor, Sonic Drive It. No, I'm kidding. I don't really have a sponsor, but... Hey, Andrew. Thanks, buddy. Hey, Lance. Miguel. This is my Christmas hat. I've worn this hat for, I think, 4 years now on Christmas. It goes back in the Christmas box with all the decorations. So, got a, how's everybody's Christmas doing? I'm actually still working all the way up until right now on stuff. Got lots of things going on. Going to sing for us today? No, Chad. No, not gonna sing today. No. I sung to Keith the other day. That was like a month ago, but... Let's see. But no, it's been good. It's been good. Hey, Adrian. So I've got... That sucks, Adrian, that you're at work today. Hey, Big T. So, just been slaving away at getting my stuff done. I've been pretty busy with everything going on around. You know, it's holiday time, so trying to get everything ready. But I changed up all the stuff on the Patreon stuff, the tiers. So I'm now offering. You actually get a diagnostic network subscription along with my top tier Patreon, along with all the tech support and going through all the classes that we do every week and that stuff. Because we're still doing the J2534 class right now. When we get done with that, I've got other classes we're going to do, so that's going to be fun. But I've been trying to update this J2534 class. It's like an older short version class I had, and I've expanded it out to where it's a full 8-hour course. And when I take this show on the road and start teaching it, we'll be doing probably some hands-on live flashing. Bring my benchtop set up. So, yeah, the choice of being an owner. Yeah, it's a lot of work. I mean, I knew it was going to be from the very beginning. I kind of got thrown into it, but I mean, regardless, I'm enjoying every minute of it. But yeah, so I thought that was cool. I talked with Scott Brown. Got it all set up to where I can add the Diagnostic Network subscription with my Patreon subscription for that top tier one. I don't have anyone in that tier yet, so I'm able to still kind of play around with it. So I kind of restructured them all. It doesn't change anything for the guys that are already patrons. I outlined some more specific stuff, but I'm trying to make sure it's scalable because I didn't realize I'd get this many patrons. And I don't want... So I changed some of the verbiage in the stuff, but it doesn't affect any of the guys that are already on. They still have the original plan they were set up on. But everyone going forward, it has changed a little bit. It's been hard to keep up with some of the stuff. So I wanted to make sure everything was real clear and outlined well. So to kind of... Hands-on is the best way to learn. Yeah, Chad, that's my plan, is to bring my... Sorry, to finish up the patron thing. I wanted to make it scalable, so if I do get a lot more patrons, I can still devote the time. I also set a goal... when we reach this goal, which is a dollar amount every month, then I'm going to go to 2 videos a week. So currently I do them like right now on Sunday. I do a class on Sunday. Try to do one every single Sunday. Every once in a while I miss one a month, and I said I'd do 3 at a minimum, and right now I've been doing at least 4. So that's the big thing with that, is I want to make sure I keep delivering, make sure there's still value involved with it. It's got to be worth it. These guys are paying. I mean, and you guys that are patrons of mine know that you're paying for something. You're paying for a service, you're paying for knowledge, you're paying for the ability to bounce stuff off me when you're running something. And it's not because I'm know all this stuff. It's a fresh set of eyes. So we've kind of created a little network. So it's kind of nice because the other guys are talking too. I know some of the other guys they've met new people now. So now they're able to talk, and those guys can exchange information. They can use the Patreon thing as a little chat board. So I'm looking at migrating maybe to a website. That way it's a little more controlled by me. I can put in like a forum in there, a place to save documents to where I can start putting this stuff up. Because right now I'm just taking the documents I have that I make available, just putting them in Google Docs and then putting the the link in there. So any of the documentation or information sources, stuff like that, I kind of put those all in there for them. So trying to make it, you know, there's lots of stuff that comes along with the subscription. But anyways, that's I've been working on a bunch of that, so I can make sure that goes. But when we hit this goal, I'm going to go to 2 videos a week, because it's you know, it's paying me. These guys are paying for service, so I want to make sure it's worth it for them. So it's Monday here, not Sunday. 8:07 a.m. Monday morning. Wow, Steven. That's awesome. Where are you at? Tell us where you're at, man. But at the same time, I still want to make sure I keep making videos for YouTube in general. So I don't know if you guys noticed, I have been putting out some diagnostic videos when I get a chance to film some stuff throughout the day. It's nice to be able to put those up there because I want to keep showing you guys stuff that I run into. But it's given me a lot of opportunities to write out a bunch of stuff, put a bunch of stuff into classes, some of the stuff I run into. Australia, sweet. Well, hello from up over. If you're down under, I guess we're up over. I don't know. Doesn't make any sense to me, the down under thing. But let's see. But yeah, literally, I've been. Hey, Chris. Chris is here. He says start over, and the trolling starts. So no, it's good stuff. I think the class is getting from the small amount of information that was in this previous 4.5 hour class, stretching it out to 8. I'm able to add a bunch more stuff in there. Plus, I've added in stuff about AEDIS. I've added in new SDRM 2.0 stuff for the LSID. I've added in a lot of information. So. And I've kind of got to expand on each one, which is nice. Because I hate when like for instance, for part of the class, when I talk about chargers, when I first talked about it, I just gave an example of a couple to use, and I was like, you want to make sure you use them because they charge correctly, or they don't charge, they keep voltage stable and amperage fluctuates versus amperage being stable and voltage fluctuating to meet that amperage requirement. I didn't really get to go into why, so I was able to add in like my case study with a Nissan into that class where I was showing scoped data to where the fluctuations of voltage look like data packets that are coming from the charger instead of someone who's using a maintainer. And I mean, it's nice to be able to expand this class out to 8-hour class. It really needs to be, really I should have done this class as like domestic only. But I did domestic and Asian because that's what we do most of. I do quite a few Nissans. I do some Hyundai and Kia stuff, and I don't do a whole lot of Toyotas, don't have to. And hey, Peekaboo. All that stuff. Anyways, I like having it being domestic and Asian both, because I run into all that stuff so much that I think it's all part of my daily, J2534 stuff I run into, and I don't know, I see a lot more of it now. I mean, half of my day is diagnostic and half of it is module programming. That's literally what every one of my days are now. It's just that. So living in it, I'm getting some good case studies because there's some pretty crazy stuff I get to see out there. So, but anyways, it's making for good information to put into the class. So I think the class is really coming into its own, and all the guys over on Patreon get to see it while I'm making improvements to it. And then they're going to have access to it. Because when I get it done, I'm going to make a DVD of it. Not the ones that are recorded through Patreon, but a separate. I'm going to set up some stuff and go through the class and do the the stuff that I would normally do on the bench in the class live that I would bring with me. That stuff's going to be done on the video, and I kind of explain some of the stuff that way. We go through some of the procedures, and that way it's not just clicking through slides of like, all right, here's a screenshot of downloading, the Ford program, and here's, I don't know, it gets boring. I can't sit at a desk or stand up for someone and just teach a lot and talk. I want them to come up and look. I want them to do the flash. I'm like, all right, man, you open the file. All right, now you see the Java problem. Let me show you how to fix it and that kind of stuff. So you're doing better self-employed than that other job. Phil, currently, yes. Currently, I am financially doing a lot better than I was the other job. But I still got to play it off like I'm broke. I got to hoard money because tomorrow, I got no brick and mortar building. I have a pretty good customer base. I had a decently small one to start with. And now that I'm 100% on my own, all the people that I've been telling no, you know, like, oh, I can't make it, I've already got one planned for tonight or whatever, they all know that I'm in it 100% now. But still, you know, like, I could have 3 or 4 bad days and be, and just be jammed up financially. So I've got to hoard, you know, I got to save, because I'm in debt too. So I've got to, last year of not making a whole lot of money at the shops I was at, that's why I moved shops a couple times, I've accrued more debt than what I would like, you know, so I got to pay that off too. And equipment cost isn't cheap. I've got, you know, I had to get the Cardac 3, so I'm paying on that, and I've got, you know, you guys know how it is, you know, the tool buying game. But when these expensive tools, the J boxes and the subscriptions, all that stuff is 100% required because I use it every single day, I mean, I can't not do it. I think I'm getting, I guess I'll go ahead and say it. I did purchase the VVDI, the X-Horse VVDI Key Tool, because I'm running into problems now where a lot of the immobilizer stuff that I'm being asked to do, I just can't do. So luckily it's inexpensive. I got it really good. I got a really good deal on it. Stephen Hayes says live classes are 100% the way to go. I agree. And you gotta, I love the internet. I mean, this gives me the ability to interact with you guys and kind of tell you what's going on. And then on the Patreon side, these guys are getting a live class. I mean, I'm not right there in the room with them, but then they also have the ability to communicate with me one-on-one during those. And then because they're in the Patreon side to pinpoint their level, they get access to a lot of interaction to me daily if they'd like. So there's for answering questions, programming stuff, helping them get their laptop set up, all this. So Phil Hallbrook says, you own factory scanners? Yes, I have quite a few factory subscriptions and a lot of hardware, and, you know, I've got like a Tech 2, and I've got the old MasterTech MTS 3100 with both the Honda, Toyota, and Nissan, or with the Honda, Toyota, and the Nissan cards. I've got subscriptions to TechStream, subscriptions to IHDS that I buy short term because it's pretty inexpensive. I bought the GM 1 year for GDS2, and I bought a 1 year of the SPS like 2 days before, like February 12th. I bought a year's worth, which was like 2 days before the cutoff of buying yearly, so now it's $40 a VIN. I have all kinds of stuff. So let's see. Chad Ulmer says it all adds up. It adds up so quick anymore. Yes, it adds up to tens of thousands easily in a year of just normal accruing cost. Phil Hallbrook says, I've had the Cardac Plus 2, great tool, much better than the auto test I used to have. The Cardac is a good, I really like Bosch boxes. I always will try to, I gotta fix my Bosch box still, but I'm rolling with the Cardac 3 right now. I've always wanted a DrewTech box of my own. I've used them at shops. So I really think the key combination is having like a DrewTech box and a Bosch box. The Bosch fills in some good gaps on like known problems with the DrewTechs. And it's older, so it does a couple of the older platforms a lot better too. Chris Martino says, I feel you have a 25,000 toolbox in my garage I'm still paying for. Chris, I'm in the exact same boat. My 3-bay Matco, my roll-around full-drawer Matco, my roll-around diagnostic cart, and my side cabinets, and all of my tools are in my garage for repair, which I do not even use anymore. Literally for tools that I carry in my truck for like hand tools, I carry one gear wrench set that's like a socket, couple wrench, ratchet combo set, and then like electric ratchet, electric 3/8, small driver, and then like a basic screw, like my screwdriver set from Cornwell that's like a multiple bit set and screwdriver, and that's really like it. I don't really carry many other hand tools. I carry a lot more hand tool stuff for wiring. Stephen Hayes says, live video instruction 101 at a per hour rate. No, I don't. I'm not doing per hour. These guys are paying per month, and they get access to me and material and able to rewatch the videos and to ask quite many questions. So that's why I like, I mean, it's a shameless plug. It's right there. I mean, it says join the community Patreon. It is helping me financially, yes, but at the same time, I get to teach, and I get to come up with the curriculum and material, and I'm paid to do it, so I'm able to make better quality material, spend more time on it. And like I said, we're at almost like 60% of my goal yeah, we're at like 60% of my goal of what I'd like to make before it pays enough to go 2 times a week. So once I'm at 2 days a week, I can invest even more time into these. So the material's getting better. I'm coming up with a new curriculum all the time. When this class is done, I've already got another class lined up we're going to do. It's good. I'm going to keep making material, keep it towards worthwhile to stay on. And I don't expect everyone that jumps on board with it to stay on. And it's expensive. I mean, I'm not charging little amounts on my Patreon. I felt bad at first, but I feel like I'm, providing value. Phil Holbrook says, what do we do for the Chrysler Secure Gateway modules? Throw the aftermarket scanner in the trash? No, so the secure gateway module, it's disallowing you access to communicate with stuff on the other side of it without authentication. So there are a couple ways around it. Autel has their 12+8 harness that they built where you pull the radio out or the secure gateway module is and you hook this up, but they're having problems with it. So that I know of, they've halted the release of that cable. Hey, Joel. And what I believe Tommy Oliva has verified, and I tried this the other day I have a picture I was going to put on Facebook. I was talking to a guy. I was flashing his 2008 or 9 F-250 back to a factory flash to overwrite the tune that the previous owner bought on it. He put all the stuff back on. Sorry, I was reading the stuff here. Anyways, he's got a 2019 Charger Scat Pack. So I hooked up to it. I just wanted to see if there was the updates because it had 1,000 miles and it was a 2019. And the J2534 app said said no. Anyway, so I was looking at something else, and we went ahead and we pulled his radio because he was going to get it detailed at the shop that I was at. And so we had him pull the radio, and we went ahead and bypassed past the radio. We just ran. Tommy Oliva can confirm that he's done this. One of the Train by Text guys, Tommy. He said to jumper the DLC CAN lines directly to behind the secure gateway module, and it makes sense to me. So we gave it a shot. We overlaid some wires. I pierced them. I just used my AESWave long reach pokers and literally just went to the backside, didn't unplug the radio, left it in, and I was able to clear codes then. We created some. We went and unplugged the map sensor and a couple of things and set some circuit open codes, and then we were able to clear them. So I don't know what we're still restricted by doing. I don't know if something inside of the network will also restrict certain things from happening, but that was a pretty easy bypass around it. Steven says, will teaching overtake doing one day? I think it will. I hope it will for me. I really enjoy teaching. I'd like to travel and teach a little more, but I don't want to travel too much. I mean, I like being here and taking care of the shops around me. I've got friends that run these shops and stuff. These are relationships I have with these guys that I'm helping them. But at the same time, yes, I love teaching. So I will be teaching more, especially kind of the beginning of the year. But I don't think I'll ever not to be doing. I feel like I need to be in there doing it daily in order to continue to get the up-to-date stuff and see all the things that we really run into. You can read all the service information all you want, but it doesn't have all the answers. I got a very specific example of that I'm going to go over today in the class. One that there's no information in the service information about it, but you're going to have this problem if you skip this step, and it's a step that you would think you could skip because it's stupid. It's stupid, but Lance says I'm going to up my Patreon level. Oh, cool, Lance. I appreciate where you're at now. I don't want to push that onto anyone. I'm asking, if you would like to learn more about J2534 programming and then whatever I have later, and you can financially afford that, then please jump on board, join the community. Absolutely, but I don't want anyone to feel pressured either. I want to make sure you're getting what you pay for. Provide some good information. Peekaboo says, has anyone had issues with using easy TPMS sensors on 2018 Grand Cherokee? We have a Bartec 400 Pro. That's a great tool, by the way. We create new sensors, but vehicle will not recognize them. The easy TPMS, are those the Siemens ones? No, VDO sensors? I use the VDO ones all the time. I'm trying to think. I don't think those are easy TPMS or whatever. Stephen Hayes says, hands-on is the only way to stay current. Like I said, I 100% agree. Hey, Carlos Rodriguez. I 100% agree. I feel like as long as I'm going to be instructing people on current things, I need to be doing them in the current time. Because if I stop doing this for 5 years and then I go teach it full time and don't do it for about 5 years, I feel like I'd be farther than 5 years behind, because I learn stuff about older vehicles every day. I mean, I regularly run into stuff where I'm like, dang, I can't believe I've never ran into this before. I've flashed a bunch of these vehicles, never ran into this specific because of this trim level or this aftermarket component that was put on it or whatever. I mean, there's always something. I don't know if I've ever. I don't know. I mean, I've done some routine flashes where I've not ran into that big of problems, but I feel like it's almost always something. But anyways, let's see. Schrader brand. Man, you'd think, I don't know, I've never used Schrader brand. I always use VDO. Big T, would you be open to maybe teach on a weekend where we come to you? Yeah, I'm, when this class is 100% finished and I get through it all the way online, because I've got to finish up the books too, because I'm telling you, where we're at right now, we're on the 6th part of the class, which we're almost, I think we're probably like 40% through the class, and we're at like 200 slides, so not all of them make it into the book, obviously. But the previous class, the slides, there was like 41 slides that I put in the book, or in the handout. This is going to be damn near a book when I get done. So, anyways, yes, when I get done with all that, I'm going to teach it locally. I already have a venue at Oklahoma Technical College here. I've just they told me to set up a date with them. I could probably pick a Saturday and do a whole day. And that's probably what I'll do a Saturday, a whole day, set up they got a pretty good classroom for it. I've been in it a bunch, used it a couple times. So yeah, that's a possibility. There'll be lots of forewarning when that happens. Chris Martinez says, the only vehicle I've had an issue with is Toyota on those sensors. So Chris has seen issues with the Schrader brand TPMS sensors on some Toyotas. Phil Holbrook says, need help with Honda FCAN voltages. Yeah, they could definitely be. I mean, is there something specific about them that you need help with? Like, are you measuring the voltages with a voltmeter? Let me start there. So here's my take on that. A lot of instructional information out there about checking CAN is about checking voltages. Most of the time, GM specifically, when I find a CAN-related issue that's causing weird problems, not like dead modules, but just even dead modules sometimes. Later model stuff specifically, you can very easily have correct CAN voltages, but just garbage on the CAN line causing your problem. So without a scope, man, it's hard. Good to see Mike B back in action. Oh yeah, I'm really stoked to see Becker back in. So I remember reading the information about NGK purchasing wells and knowing that is going to change something. And then when we didn't see him for a few months, I knew it had to be something with NGK. And we all hoped, I know there were some people that said they wasn't sure what happened to him. Hopefully he didn't get fired. I didn't see them firing him, definitely. But just the standard 2.5 volts plus minus 1 volt, question mark. I'll have to look, to be honest. I almost always have to just go double check service information. I can't remember the last time I scoped a Honda CAN line, to be honest. I just don't run into that many issues with it. Manuel Jimenez says good night. Good night, Manuel. Stephen Hayes says no scope, no hope these days. I will about 100% agree with that, man. I just can't. I did it for a long time without a scope, and it took too much time, and I didn't always find a definitive answer. Holy moly. What's that about, Keith? DeFazio says, holy moly. Phil Hallbrook says, yeah, I'm scoping them, getting 7-volt square wave. I mean, that's normal for like K-line and L-line stuff. 7-volt square wave. It's that guy from Christmas Vacation movie. That is why I love this hat, Keith. This is so much like Uncle Ed or whatever. I can't remember his name right now. But anyways, I thought I'd stop in and tell you guys that it was cool. I worked it out with Scott Brown where you guys could get the highest, the master diagnostician level tier of patron, which is expensive. So I understand why there's nobody there. Added bonus is you also get your Diagnostic Network subscription with that. So you get a subscription to Diagnostic Network as long as your patron subscription is current, your Diagnostic Network subscription is current, and I pay for that for you. It's not like a reduced rate thing. I'm straight up paying for it for you. I worked out the billing stuff with Scott Brown. That's what we get all done. You get a cool swag pack. You get some vinyl stickers. You get a koozie. You get a t-shirt. You get some cool stuff like that when you first sign up at that high level. Those of you guys that signed up back before, the lower levels also got swag packs. Well, the one introductory level of the Master Diagnostician, the like half price version, that's full. There's no more slots available. The one below that, I'm not offering the swag pack anymore. It was really hard to keep up with that. The guys that signed up already, I've got those. I got about 6 of them I got to send out. But that's probably not going to happen until after Christmas because the person who makes all my stuff is not working until after Christmas. And that's my wife. But anyway, so Peekaboo says, I'm wearing my Wells t-shirt right now. Hopefully I can get an NGK shirt. Heck yeah, I want an NGK shirt. I didn't get a Wells one, but I think some NGK stuff would be sweet. Love NGK. And Lovato says, me too, Pico. So Keith's wearing his Wells shirt also. Pixar didn't happen, Keith. You gotta send a selfie to me. Text me a selfie right now, Keith. And I'll put your phone number out there in it. I'm kidding. Keith's bonus is the Jelly of the Month Club. My phone's all wrapped up here. I wish it was the Jelly of the Month Club. I'd be down with that. Freaking love grape jelly. Did you really send it to me? Oh no, that was somebody else. But anyways, yeah, so I got to get going, guys. Got the part 6 of the J2534 class coming up on the Patreon thing. I think the link for it's at the bottom. It's just patreon.com/Keith Perkins, my name. I changed all the stuff, over-branded all to the L1 Automotive Diagnostics because it's all of it's funneled through my business bank account now because it's all an actual income, so I'm paying taxes on all this stuff, and that's killing me too. But anyways, I got to head over there. We got to do that part 6 of the class. We're going to have a good time. So remember, guys, I know these little videos are not much information in here. It's just kind of what's going on with me, but remember to like, subscribe, comment, tell me what you liked, tell me what you didn't like. Give me the thumbs down if you didn't like it, because I think I got 1 thumbs down on every single video. So whoever you are, keep it up, man. Keep up the thumbs down. I love seeing the one, because I always tell everyone, I'm like, if you don't have the thumbs down, you don't have haters, that means maybe you're being too nice. I know I got dissed one time big for misleading in my title, and it was like I was gonna do the flash, and then halfway there I was like, nah, I'm just gonna do it private for the Patreon guys, and that pissed somebody off, a few people off. So I'm sorry, but gotta drive. I'm not clickbaiting that much. I mean, I try to be pretty honest, but here we go. Hold on, I'm fixing to. I gotta go, but you guys gotta see this. That is the positive. I don't know if you can see it or not, but he just sent me that picture. That's not him wearing a Wells shirt, so maybe there is a Wells shirt underneath. We'll see. But he is wearing his hat, so that's important. So, Peekaboo says, hoping to sign up for your classes after Christmas. Cool, man. I'd love to see you there. Billy Yoder says, Merry Christmas to you and your family. Thank you for everything you do. Blessed New Year. Nolan says, very cool, Keith. Chad says, Merry Christmas. Have a good one, Keith. Carson says, Merry Christmas from Denmark. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays. We will see you guys. Today's the 23rd. So I'll see you guys again before the new year, I think. But in case I don't, Happy New Year as well. And we'll see you guys later. As well as I have an equipment failure and can't actually stop the streaming. All right, bye.